Hello, everybody. I'm Slice, and welcome to episode 34 of All the Mods 8. Today, we're revisiting ElementalCraft. Last time you saw ElementalCraft, it was set up over here. That was a long time ago. Things have changed a little bit. But first, I want to show you what I've gone and did. So in here, we have a Monstrosity. Ignore that. We have a setup now where I moved all of the shards from this particular storage controller off to another one. And what that ended up doing was it forced all shards to go into this chest, which meant that this was starting to get stockpiled worth all sorts of stuff. So in here, I have an import, which sends it directly into my system. Now, this right here is slowly generating singularities. Now, I've only done one of those because one of them generates enough for two of these, which I mentioned a while ago back when I started doing the occultism over there in that other area, that I would probably wirelessly set up something like this. All this is was it quantum? I mean, it's really easy stuff to craft, so I just crafted a few. The thing that is probably a little bit slower, in my opinion, is this. So I set it up with a cobblestone exporter, made it slow. Then I also added this igneous extruder just to be able to produce a bit more cobblestone, because I'm actually not getting a lot of cobblestone from all of my other farms. So what that allows me to do... Oh, it's nighttime. What that allows me to do is access stuff over here. Okay. Now I set up the storage over here. So now I have all of them being exported into this little storage system, so that way they're over here in this ElementalCraft area. Now, all I pretty much did here was set up, these were already crafted, and I just moved them over here. And then I attached exports. Right, we got the fire shard going into the evaporator, which is going down into the element container. And I did that for each element. I know that there's other containers, the element... Well, okay, so the ones I'm using currently are small element. I'm looking to eventually craft element container, which is a little bit larger of a tank, I believe. But the idea... I know that the element binder goes on top of the container, this particular container. So I figured I might want to auto craft some of that. So I might somehow I'm going to tie that into this AE system. I hope. The idea is to use pattern providers into the element binder to be able to auto craft some of the stuff. And the first thing that we probably want to do is to maybe get that set up for these Drenched Iron ingots, because yeah, we're gonna need a bit of those, right? So what I'm working with here, I'm gonna grab provider just to plop one down here. I don't know if I can craft an actual container yet. Okay, I actually need another drenched ingot, which means I need to put some iron into... Okay, so this is what we're gonna have to do. Which one's air? I think this one. No, I need water. I need water. That's what I need. Okay, and then we can use one of these. And let's grab some iron. Let's just do, I don't know, 7 for now to make it a nice even number. And what's going to happen? Yeah, there we go. Okay, then we put that there, and it'll eventually consume it and make drowned ingots. Right now, this is something that I would like to automate as well. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% positive on how to do that quite yet. I did just slap this stuff down here and figured I would move stuff if necessary later. But based on how I'm looking here, if I place the element container there, right there would have to be the binder, right? Because I believe the binder sits on top. I assume that would consume the second block. Right, and then that would mean that actually on the third block there, a provider would be touching this infuser as well as this binder, I think. It's my hope anyway. Okay, so that's the last one. And you can see here that this is automatically putting shards into this. Now, this is extremely slow, and I could do it with the bigger shards, but I don't really have a ton of those, right? I could not find a way to actually move the element nodes. And I was considering the entangled blocks, but then I'd have to chunk load each and every one that I find, and I feel like that's not feasible. I mean, it's single player, and I can because I have plenty of. I changed the amount of chunks that I could force load, but I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. I would rather move the nodes if possible. So if you happen to know, please let me know down below if I can actually move the nodes, because I would love to have the nodes like sitting up here above my setup. Maybe like 2 or 4 for each one of these, just because would be great. Because this is pretty slow. I just wanted this set up temporarily or permanently just for additional element generation. So with the 8 drenched now, I should be able to create a tank. And if we do that, right, and then we can put, hello, there we go. We can put that there. Do I want that there though? Okay, that does sit like how I want it to sit. Let us try doing a drenched. And see how it goes. Now the other thing here is I need to attach this. So this is going to look a little bit awkward, so I might need to shift this a little bit. Device online, making sure I'm not losing lines here. Okay, so that's attached. I'm worried that it's going to send it here. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to have 2 interfaces to be able to do this. I might have to, though. So let's see. We now see drenched. Let's just craft, I don't know, 4? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, what if we do that and then try that again? Cancel. Do 4 more. Now the other thing is, and I knew that this was going to be an issue, is that this isn't going to necessarily pull right back in. So I would have to do like a filter here. But why did it? If this is going to be how this works, this is going to be super janky. I actually don't know if I need to do this, because I think it actually crafted those. It did. Let's try 2. Let's try 4, just to see how it goes. Okay, yeah. That worked. That worked. That worked. And now this should just fill back up. So now the question is, how do I get this set up so that way this works decently well? I must ponder. I might be getting ahead of myself. I'm sitting here watching this now for a few minutes, and the amount of water element that's in here is pitiful for how long I've been sitting here. This is extremely slow, and this holds a lot. So one thing that I'm gonna have to do is craft at least 3 more of these. Probably gonna do 7 more, because I think I am gonna do the entangled. Because I can go find nodes and temporarily chunk load. That's not really a problem. Oh, hello. Let's get rid of you. I've definitely killed them before, but okay. Is there like a village over here that I don't know about? Also, I thought I disabled spawning over here with mega torches. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I want to be able to entangle another small element container. Maybe a large? Actually, hold on. Can I? I'm curious. Can I do this? I can do that. So maybe we do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft up a few things, and I will bring you back for maybe the first setup of the entangled element node. To show how this is going to work, we're going to have to do a little bit of back and forth. So the idea is for this block to be entangled to a tank back at the location. And then what we can do here is set that. And then we have to set the tank and entangle. Now that one happens to be an earth one. So what I'm going to do here... Nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. All right, so this needs to be there, I guess. And then we can extract out of there. Right, and what that'll eventually do is it'll fill not only this one, but the thing that's going to sit there. I temporarily had to set up a little contraption to make some white rock because I need more element containers, and they take a lot of those. But the idea here is to select that, come over here, did that. I should not have sneak clicked. Once sneak click ends up selecting what you want to entangle. And then I have to actually right click. Now this node just happens to be really close, right? So now we're sending earth element into this tank. So when we go back, we should see that there is some progress on that tank. Now it is going to take a little while to fill up. Yeah, you can see it. So that's what I'm going to do for these other elements. I'm also going to find 2 of each. And I'm going to do the thing that I don't want to do and chunk load. Now, what I'm also going to do, just so I don't forget where they are, we're going to add a waypoint. I'm already center. All right, so this is, why can't I type? There we go. Earth element 1. Right. And now when I want, I can find them. So I'm going to eventually turn that off, but that's what I'm going to do for the other 7 on top of having to craft all of this. Well, that was a mildly fun adventure. I found 1 water, 1 earth, 3 airs, and no fire. I even went into the nether to try and find the fire. And I went to the 1 desert that I have in my waystone system. And I did not see a fire node. I also tried using the structure compass to see if it counted as a structure. And it doesn't. So finding them is going to be a pain. Luckily, I don't need fire just yet. But as you can see, this is actually working decently well. Even 1 water node is managing to do pretty well with constant flow of, you know, making drenched iron ingots. So should be fine. My concern there is once this tank runs out, because this was running for a while off of just shards, so it was almost full. My concern is that it will actually be hard to keep up with. But it'll work for now. I've gone ahead and cleaned up this mess just so it looks better. But what we want to try and get to is some improved element extractor, I would think. So that way, if we can't move nodes, I can at least put faster extractors on them. I'm hoping that that's not really going to be a problem. The cool thing is, and I forgot to mention this, was that the 2 air nodes are literally right above my front door. So they're just way up in the sky. Now, in order to make these, I need to be able to make a swift alloy. And swift alloy comes from doing this. Now, this has, it looks like an intended direction, right? So I would need some gold, then drenched, then copper, then redstone, and then air crystals. So I actually need to produce these crystals now. And that seems pretty straightforward. Except, actually, I already have one, so let's grab that, actually. Put that away, and we can do, let's see, gold. Because I do want to craft 1, at least right now. Is it copper? And drench was before that, then redstone. Okay, and if we do, I think it was gold, drenched, copper, redstone, oops, that. Did I get that in the right order? I thought I did. Let's try it again. It is gold, drenched, copper, redstone, air crystal. Well, you know, it would help if I did it on the air. What do you think? Pop that down, pop that down. Not sure why I didn't have that already. That's going to take a moment to fill. That's fine. Try this again. That, and one of those, and one of those. That, and that. Okay, so there's the particles I was looking for. And wow, it already did it. Huh. Okay, that was a little bit faster than I was expecting. Because the tank wasn't even there yet. Oh, nice, and I get 4 ingots right off the bat. That is fantastic. Improved elemental pipe, gem crystallizer. Gem crystallizer. Well, there's a lot of stuff here. Anyway, that will allow us to craft this. Oh, I need a pure crystal. How does this work? Not gonna lie, this setup doesn't make total sense to me. Oh, it's this pure infuser. Swift ally, strongly contained crystal. What are these? Okay. So that's a little bit of work. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to leave it here. Right? We've got a lot of progress on ElementalCraft, and now that the elemental binders are working, I don't know how long they were bugged. I don't even remember if that's why I stopped, because I wasn't able to make something happen. But we're picking back up, and we need to, because that's needed in the ATM star. So yeah, we're going to leave it here. If you'd like to help the community, please consider dropping a like on the video and sharing with your friends. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for future videos. And if you'd like to follow to stay up to date, make sure to check the link down below so you can follow on your preferred platform. We have a Discord that you can join where I'll be posting most frequently. Please drop that comment, and thanks for chilling.